The I Only Listen to 90s Music podcast is a show for 80s babies who were 90s kids. If you were a No Limit soldier, then this is your show. If you believe that Cash Money is not an army but was a Navy, this is the show for you. If you and your friends ever tried to sing a song written by Escape, In Vogue, Shy, or Voiced Men at a talent show during middle school, this is your show. The I Only Listen to 90s Music podcast is a bunch of 80s babies talking about all the songs and things that we loved when we were kids and teenagers. So if you went to the skating rink and you were at a lock-in, this is the show for you. If you think that Tevin Campbell was the original Prince of R&B, this is the show for you. If you don't understand the conflict between Monica and Brandy, but you're kind of on Monica's side and understand why Brandy got punched, this is the show for you. Make sure that you tune in, subscribe, click the little subscribe link. We're here. We're going to talk about all things 90s music. This is the show for you.
All right, welcome back to Everyone Needs an Aquarius, man. We appreciate y'all for real, man. Y'all, we didn't know that y'all were politically ratchet. Shout out to everybody listening to the Lauren Boebert and Jonathan Majors situation. I didn't know that y'all was ratchetly political.
Yes, you did. Yes, you did. Because there. If y'all rock with us, y'all know what it is. Y'all come here for y'all twice monthly bi-weekly. I'm not gonna lie, that always messes me up a little bit, because like bi is twice too. And anyway, that's not why we're here. We're here because y'all enjoy a good time and y'all rock with us. Y'all rock with life from our perspective, and we are very appreciative and grateful for y'all. I tried to say that in my less countryest accent ever. I felt like Beyonce's accent and Kelly's accent was coming through. And so I'm trying to dial it back, guys. Because I am country. Yo. And I know it. But it's a way to, have people relate. So welcome back, guys.
When did you, so hold on, when you being country, did you realize you was more country when you moved to LA?
Yes. And it's really weird because living in St. Louis, growing up in St. Louis, people always felt like I did not speak like I was from St. Louis, because as if I was from St. Louis, because I guess I was more proper. Like we could not say certain words in our household. We would get in trouble for it.
I didn't realize that either until I went to college.
Yeah. And so I went to college in St. Louis and then was meeting people from places like Memphis and Nashville. So I was definitely in my element. So
yeah, I want to give a shout out to one of our listeners too, Dom. She's telling us, man. No, this is good. This is good. It's not.
Okay. Y'all like to come for me sometimes.
Oh, I am going to bring the Jodeci slander back up before this. Shout out to Angie Author. She says, I really love y'all show. I'm an Aquarius, but I love Jodeci's music.
Well, so this has
become a thing though now. Literally, this is like an underground thing now that people, it has started a whole nother thing online.
Okay, so y'all, I want y'all to understand that this has followed me since this episode has aired. So I reached out to my good friend Clint that has Music is the Love Language.
Yeah, and shout out to I saw his stand-up thing you put up. I guess
yes. My boy has his special coming out October 5th. I'm so proud of my friend. And Clint is, if you don't know who Clint Coley is, he should be on your radar. He has an amazing podcast called Music is the Love Language, and it is on Revolt, part of the Revolt network of podcasts.
We'll talk about that in a minute.
Yes, we are. He is genuinely very funny. Like it's so he's really funny, and one of his favorite movies is Brown Sugar, like me. So
you know my poster. You know my poster in my other part.
Listen, And I hit him up. I said, friend, I need to tell you something and just don't judge me. He said, okay, shoot. I've never listened to a Jodeci album. He said I was not missing anything. If you know the singles on the radio, that's all you really need to know. Like you should not feel bad for not knowing.
Now, prefacing
or
this,
never
I
listened.
don't want to throw his. How is Clint below the bar of where I said it, or above it?
He's just there. Like Clint's the same age. Yeah, Clint's the same age. So we're
So
just
that's
right
what I'm
there.
saying.
Also,
That negates.
guys, no,
That negates.
listen. You told me to find 10 people,
Right, but then I redefined it. I rechanged it up and defined it.
And even at that number, I was able to find 10 people that were 39 and up that have never listened to.
50-year-olds hitting me up saying this is ridiculous. People that listen to podcasts that never responded to me.
A 50-year-old?
Yeah, I need look. Shout out to
listen. My dad is 69. Okay, my daddy was
Bruce. Bruce hit me up. I ain't talked to Bruce since college. He was in graduate school when I was an undergrad. He was getting his PhD. He hit me up on Facebook. He was like, "This can't be true. Is that a gag y'all doing on the podcast?"
No, Bruce, it is not. And shout out to the person, the Jodeci fan club that followed me, that subscribed to my YouTube page. I'm gonna get the name because I really want to give them a shout out. So I want to make sure I say it correctly. So let me go to Jodeci is the finest. Thank you for your follow. Your subscription.
I ain't tell you what I did. So I joined the Jodeci fan group on Facebook and put that in the Jodeci fan group on Facebook, a clip.
Why would you do that? Why? Honestly, okay, I just want to say this. This means Jodeci does not have stands because
no.
Wait, let me tell you.
Let me 250,000 people.
That's fine. Fan and a stand are two different things. They're not stands because I did not get attacked.
Right.
Nobody
They're
followed
older,
me.
though. They got kids.
Nobody.
They got
It doesn't matter.
They got 401ks.
It doesn't matter.
Ain't no disrespect to the Beyonce army, but y'all ain't got 401ks yet.
Some of us do.
Not yet. I'm talking about where you cash them out.
Oh,
Joseph
okay.
people cashing out 401ks. They looking at
okay.
They looking at like I got 3 or 4 years left. Can I afford to go and text somebody on Twitter and I got my 3 or 4 years left to retirement?
Yeah, no, you're right. You are correct.
Screenshots. They are literally like going in this Facebook group.
Well, and how come you did this and did not tell me to join the group so I could?
It was an experiment. I took a clip of it, and we end up getting some subscribers off of. They obviously the Jodeci fan first. Other people coming in. People are on the page with it.
Are they saying what mean things are they saying? Not that
they kept saying, "How old is she?"
Okay.
She ain't old enough. She ain't had no baby to this. Somebody said,
I don't have
hey, when they said she had no baby to this, I was like, that's a little bit too far for me, even. Like, I don't think that, like.
Yeah, no. After speaking to Clint about it, I did not go. Did you just go snort cocaine?
No, I had to put my phone on my computer back up.
The fact that you didn't negate that is cracking me up. Like you were like,
no. I'm close to 401k.
You didn't argue me down about that sniff that just came through because it sounded like you did a line.
No,
I'm pro cocaine over here. Not that I indulge, but do what you got.
No. You ain't never gonna see me do no cocaine. Now you ain't never gonna see that.
Listen, friend. Whatever gets you high.
Look,
whatever gets you high. Anyway, so much has happened.
Yeah. So
I'm sorry.
Where do we go? Where do we start from? Where do we? You know what? Let's keep it St. Louis. Let's go Sexyy Red. Let's do this first.
Yes.
So I'm gonna ready to play a clip right here. Sexyy Red. I'm just gonna let it speak for itself, and then we will be back.
Do you think more people are going to support Trump now in the hood
like
or
Trump.
no?
Yeah, they support him in the hood. Because at first, I don't think people was with him like they thought he was racist, saying little shit and, you know, against women. But once he started getting black people out of jail and giving people their free money, oh, baby, we love Trump. We need him back in office.
Yeah, that a little bit of free money goes a long way.
We need him back. Because, baby, them checks. Oh, yes, them stimulus checks, Trump, we miss you.
That's like Whoa Vicky. She's always talking about Trump. You see her ever?
I like Trump. No, I ain't never seen Whoa Vicky.
She's funny.
I love Trump, though. He funny to me. Like, I used to watch his not interviews, like him talking to people. He used to be calling people fat.
Yeah.
He just bold.
Wow.
He funny. Like, we need people like him.
Well, I got to meet him one time at a UFC fight. Have you ever been?
No, I want to. I would go to a fight.
Would you? If I invited you to go sometime?
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
I like to see some fights now.
Yeah, look, I would sit there. I'll stand by. If shit gets weird, I'll stand right behind you.
Oh my God.
You know? But if you need.
All right. What you got, Dom?
The youth, they're lost. And, you know, I'm one of the people that I am rooting for. She's winning, and I want Sexyy Red to continue to win. But this goes back to the conversation of artist development and Sexyy Red not needing to necessarily open her mouth all the time. Now, recently, a lot of the things that she has been saying has been quite hilarious and very funny. Like, I like her bit about her wearing her glasses because she can't see, and she said,
"That's true." Oh, she can't see.
She not Stevie Wonder blind, but she want to wear her glasses. So people were saying, "How come she don't wear her contacts?" Which is also something I was wondering. But she said, "I like my glasses, and the niggas love it." You know, loved it, loved the whole little bit. Sent it to my sister. My big sister is the same way about her glasses. Like, I want to wear my glasses. I like it. Blah, blah, blah. It's part of who I am, right? So, a lot of people look up to Donald Trump for monetary reasons. I feel that they might believe that he's a get it out the mud type of bro. He's not.
And that is not true at all.
It's not true at all. So when they think of Donald Trump just winning, and this is prior to the presidency, you know, Ray Shrimmer has a song called Up Like Donald Trump.
Mm-hmm. Yep, I remember that joint.
Yes. So DT is, I believe is what it's called. So I think people are looking at it from that perspective. They're looking at the reality TV star, Donald Trump, you're fired, all these different things, not how this person is a treasonous and has cost us so much as Americans. The government is screwed as it is. Let's just keep it a buck. But him having banker boxes, ceiling high of government documents in his bathroom at Mar-a-Lago, things, conversations, all these things that have taken place that could have really, okay, I'm not just going to blame it on Donald Trump, but Donald Trump has done a lot. You know, we have the January 6th capitals being stormed and all these different things. So I really just believe people are looking at it from that standpoint. And then she also mentions her mentioning the stimulus checks, this free money, as if shit don't get taxed and you don't have to claim shit and they don't take that. Like, that's not how it works, sis. And not understanding,
you know, but Biden also extended all those stimmies for a extended period of time.
People don't mess with Joe Biden because of things that he's done historically, which I get it. Mm-hmm. I understand it. But
Sexyy Red don't know that. Sexyy Red don't know that.
She doesn't know that. But I also, but
she don't know that. She went alive.
This goes back to people not understanding how the government works. So that at some point hits people They just not giving it away because there is something there. So it's just very ignorant. But also you got baby daddies and boyfriends in prison. What are we really expecting from her?
Right. I mean, so
how old is Sexyy Red? Like 22?
Yeah, 22.
She's very young. I'm not gonna say.
And she's so St. Louis though, for the record, y'all. Like,
and she's very, very north side St. Louis.
Shout out to the north side. Shout out to the north side. That's where I'm from. For y'all New York people, there is me and some other people curated a boroughs challenge. We basically broke down St. Louis into all the 5 boroughs, and we also included Long Island and Jersey in this.
So where's Long Island and Jersey? Is that East St. Louis?
East St. Louis is Jersey. I mean, East St. Louis, Illinois. Because you know, I'm saying, depend, like Jersey, you depend on where you at, just like in Illinois, will depend on where you at. You know, the north side is the Bronx, south side is Brooklyn, the mid part, Midtown, you know, your downtown Midtown is everything downtown out to Ladouish. Chesterfield is Long Island, Staten Island is South County.
So would the west side be Manhattan?
West side is half Manhattan. Yes. Like Harlem. Yeah, because you city, Harlem, all that in the area.
Yeah,
and
okay. I can
North
take
County,
that.
the queen of it all, Queens. North County is Queens.
Ooh, I can see that.
That's the best one.
That's funny. That's
if you're from St. Louis, and if you've been to Queens, you understand that they're the same exact place.
It is very ghetto. I do not recommend.
But also suburban. Just also suburban.
Yeah.
Queens is suburban. They got houses and also projects, just like North County does.
Yep. What's your favorite project in North County?
Ooh.
Is it Lucas and Hunt Village?
That's not a project, though. That's not a project.
Is it not? Okay.
No, that's not a project. I was saying the Canterbury, where rest in peace of Mike Brown.
Canfield. Okay, so fun fact about Canfield. Canfield wasn't always like that.
I know.
Yeah, listen. My aunt Lockie and Uncle Bubble lived. It was more. It almost kind of felt like it was like a lot of old people that lived in the elderly people that lived over there. So because the part that he lived in, that was like apartment complexes, where theirs was more like ranch style, one level. There's a part of it that has like the that's like that, where you can just like that has like that siding on it. You know, Missourians love siding. I don't think it's cute. Like it's easy to rinse off and stuff. You know, you don't have to like take care of it how you have to do brick. But siding is
that's 100% it.
So so like the part that has the siding like have all of these like older like couples and family members or whatever living over in that area, and it was really quiet. So when I saw the shift, when that happened, I was like, oh, old people must not live over there no more.
Oh, but Canfield been hood for a while though.
Yeah, but also I've been gone for this, like literally next week I'll be gone for 13 years.
Yeah, but no, it was hood though, man. It started getting hood over there in like the late 90s. Yes.
I was like, I only know.
Yes.
So, but no, I'm
maybe
saying
95, 96.
No.
I know it was bust downs over there though. Over there early.
No, I know. Like I said, that's one part where it is very ranch style housing kind of in that area, but then they always did have the apartments over there. Now I don't know what was happening in them apartments, but I just know where my aunt and uncle were.
Well, they were in the townhouses, right?
No, they wasn't but it wasn't the townhouses. Now I did have a cousin that lived on that side of it. But there's this other part of it that looked like an old people's community, and I don't know if that's the right word. Like, not because it wasn't a nursing home.
Senior community.
Yeah, you know, but that's what it was. And shit, Uncle Bobo didn't die for a long time. That's like to the 2000s.
Yeah, but it's interesting with the. I don't know if Sexyy Red's trolling because she be trolling a lot. I
She
realize.
trolls a lot, but I don't think she's trolling us. I don't think Sexyy Red trolling us. I just think she's just unaware of what is.
And real talk, let's be for real. And I don't want to diss Sexyy Red for this, like because I have kept all of my opinions about Sexyy Red to a minimum because she's from the crib, and I want anybody from the crib to win. But
she's 25 and she Aries.
Makes sense. All that makes sense. Impulsive as fuck. But I will say this is that I don't see Sexyy Red voting.
Oh hell no!
So this whole thing don't matter because Sexyy Red don't vote.
Yeah, no shade, but shade. Like, what's reality?
I mean, look, I would love this. Even if she voted for Trump, I would love to see Sexyy Red at the polls. Yeah. That means she's really politically involved instead of just talking shit.
Yeah. A lot of people, unfortunately, don't vote and don't understand the power of voting. And yeah, we just gonna leave that there. But enough about her.
Yeah, let's go on to your boy Terrell Owens. I mean, I'm gonna pause this here and let the clip run here right here of the great brother Terrell Owens saying some things.
My experiences with black women growing up wasn't so good. When I started dating white girls, my first experience with white girls is when I went to college. I tried to date some black girls when I was in college. They did not like me. I was skinny. I was strong. Right. I was teased from high school, even to college. I got teased for being dark skinned. Damn, so they teased you, cuz? Yeah. So there was a lot of self-esteem issues. Right. No, I'm being dead honest. So when I got my opportunity, when my first experience with a white girl, I'm like, okay, it wasn't bad, but that wasn't. I just totally gravitated to white girls after that. Right. That wasn't the situation. So again, my experiences with black women growing up wasn't so good. So, but that still didn't deter me from still dating or pursuing black girls. Right. So my thing now is because I know there's the stigma, the stereotypical of athletes, you know.
All right, done.
Look, y'all know how pro black woman I am. I am a anti-colorist, dismantle all of that shit. And I know it just doesn't exist in our community. And I feel like we probably believe that we talk about it quite often because of our proximity to our blackness, right? And we think about certain institutions, certain things that perpetuate, that keep it alive. I know that it is alive and well. It's certain, especially like in certain corporates, a lot of corporate spaces, and we gatekeep, so we do certain things just because we feel like certain things should have an image, right? My issue with this shit is that you are saying your excuse for dating interracially is dependent upon like something that happened to you, like when you was in high school. And now it's like, I don't date black women because it was likely one girl that he really liked.
No. He's all cap with this shit though. This motherfucker played Division I fucking football, and he talking about all the black girls. Stop it, dude. But everybody was trying to holler, and I know where he went to school, and I know some people that know him.
No, I know, and that's
he
cool.
was at UT Chattanooga. Shout out to my homegirl Crystal and her crew. They know him.
Here's the thing.
I didn't mean to name drop you, Crystal, but you cool. You listen to the podcast. You know what it is.
I don't. Okay. So my issue is a lot of people don't realize how a lot of statements are detrimental to our society. I keep my foot on people's necks that don't know what they're talking about, because Black people are not a monolith. Everybody is able to thrive and flourish in whatever avenue and aspect that you want to. If you don't like something, you don't have to comment about it. Go read a book, go write down your thoughts. Everything don't need to be said, right? I am that person that believes that. And I believe that there is always this weird attack on Black women as if we're the only ones that be shaking our asses, that be cussing and doing all these crazy different things, and just for real having a good time. Black women are not allowed to have a good time, right? And it's always something. It's always something. So the funniest thing about this is just like I said, so you got your feelings hurt. And so now you're saying the consequences of getting your feelings hurt have now pushed you to go fuck on other women. You wanted to do that. And that's cool. Do you,
right? There's nothing wrong with that.
Do you? And I want to read this. Listen.
No, remember he said on the clip, he said, yeah, didn't he say like something about that other woman, white woman did him wrong or something? Something happened with that too, though, but he just never went back. If I on the clip.
Yes, I am just over it. So I'm trying to find the post. Let me go to our messages because I want to read you a message that my homegirl April had said to me on the post, because you know me, I'm gonna say so because one person likely teased direct rejected him, he blames an entire race of women. LOL. I'm going to Target. Y'all need anything? So my homegirl says, what's crazy is I waited on him many years ago when I worked at the Cheesecake Factory, and he treated me bad as his server, and the white women workers so much better. My friends connected him with me a couple of years ago, and he apologized for treating me shitty and also apologized for making me feel unappreciated. He says he is not the old Terrell Owens anymore.
That's right, Terrell. And I don't like that he changed his name from Terrell, because that name is Terrell. That ain't Terrell. I think he changed his name to be different. And I've always said that though. And maybe if your name is and your mama named you Terrell, God bless you, and I'm wrong. But I think your name was Terrell, and you changed your name because you want to be different and change your pronunciation to Terrell.
Well, he said he's not the old T anymore and has been working on himself, which I could tell. I accepted his apology and appreciated him for taking accountability for being a dick that day. Now that I'm a therapist, a lot of this makes sense to why he has or had a preference, and I get it. I hope he's in therapy. Sounds like he has been, or at least going. If not, I hope he goes and has a Black therapist.
Black women don't need him. I'm saying that.
Listen. I truly believe that what he said was just so harmful. And
I wouldn't say it's harmful.
No. I'm gonna say harmful. I'm gonna tell you why.
It's sucker shit though. It's not harmful because it's his preference. It's his preference.
Okay, so there's one thing to have a preference if it's not at the expense of an entire race of women. That's preference. What he said was hateful, and it just speaks to a lot of the things that certain types of Black men or men in general.
No, some Black women too. Let's keep it 100.
It goes both ways. It goes both ways, but we see the dialogue more geared toward us, and I'm just tired. And this goes back to the whole conversation that I had with you on my show, talking about the things or how we're discounted and discredited, and y'all like to play in Black women's face. Y'all really do. I know that the majority of the listeners of this show are not like that, and probably all of them, to be quite honest, because we keep it real and we keep it Black.
And you wouldn't subscribe, you wouldn't be messing with us like that. You didn't.
Yeah, you wouldn't. Listen, I got on a T-shirt that says "Cool Ass Black Woman." Shout out to Ashley. You know what I mean? So it's like So I believe that I know some of it is. Some of it can be propaganda, but a lot of it is not. And a lot of people need to heal from whatever And a lot of stuff and Terrell needs to be real about a lot of his stuff. Because you remember he had that reality show.
Okay. Oh, I was finna go there. You are, man, because his daddy was across the street from him.
Yep.
And there's some issues with him and his mama because his dad is across the street from him. Oh, you already.
Now, what I will say is that I appreciate
You already knew where I was going.
Listen, one thing I will give him is that his team was black, because like his homegirl was like his publicist / manager or whatever. Like he had black women working
for them.
Huh?
You fell out both of them.
At that time. So I'm not mad at that. But like he's a torture, so he needs to, because you remember there's this clip that's flowing. He was like on Big Brother, and the white dude got in his face. It's like, well, shit. If I like ran through $50 million, I'd be on feeling type of way too. Got in his ass. So you need to go talk to somebody, and not the internet, and not Ocho Cinco.
No. Ocho Cinco. I love Ocho Cinco.
I do love Ocho Cinco, but you don't need to be
my type of dude.
But you don't need to be. You need to be going to pay somebody to have a conversation, as opposed to Ocho Cinco. That's what I mean.
Even in the clip is like, oh really? Ocho even like, oh word? Like he even looked away in the clip, like, oh man, oh dude.
I was not trying to go there, but we here. And at least, here's the cool thing about Ocho Cinco. Like, yeah, the situation happened between him and Evelyn Lozada. That is unfortunate. That really changed the course of his career and his life.
100%.
But he got black kids. All his kids are black.
Yeah. And he's had a new life. He got the soccer thing. People don't understand. He does soccer commentary now.
Yeah. I see the lives. I be eating there, but he still eat McDonald's. So I still question some of his choices.
Oh, I agree with that. No, that's different. That's different. That's a different conversation.
Yeah, I'm like, you be eating McDonald's still, sir.
No, a part of me kind of think this gangster, because he's that. They say, dude. So there are stories about Ocho Cinco. He stayed at the stadium for 2.5, 3 years at the facilities, and did not get buy an apartment or anything. He got the keys, and he would just stay at the facility every day, and just save money and just stacked it up.
I'm not mad at him. I didn't say I question his financial choices. I'm just saying.
But he also has 9 kids. That's the only other. Like if he had like 3 or 4 kids, hold on. This is gangster. That's the only thing that like kind of throw me off. You know what I mean?
Okay, wait. This is a sidebar. So he was.
I love you, Ocho. Look, Ocho, I'm trying to play you on FIFA online, man. I've been calling you out.
Okay. Well, he was just on Club Shay Shay.
And no. They have a show together called Shay Shay After Dark. It's one of my favorite shows right now.
Okay. So, he was telling Shannon that A$AP Rocky is his cousin. It's like his first. So, yes, he told Shannon Sharp.
I gotta go back and see that episode.
And so Shannon Sharp is arguing him down about A$AP Rocky not being his cousin. And he's like telling him, hey, our grandmothers are our sisters. Like we are cousins. So it's so funny because I went to Google this, and apparently he said this back like in 2013 or something, and I commented on it, and I was like, oh snap, this could potentially be true. Y'all kind of do have, and I was like, oh dang, maybe, but I don't. A$AP Rocky has never confirmed or denied this. A$AP Rocky is a Libra, so he ain't gonna say nothing too much. So what are we gonna do? But yeah, he said that, and so now I'm like on this little investigation to confirm if they are really related, because that'll be really funny if they are really.
It'd be awesome. It'd be awesome. And look, and I love Terrell Owens, man. I mean, Terrell Owens. He's a dope receiver, great career, the whole demo. But I always felt he wasn't us. If that makes sense. And I don't want to, just because you are dating anyone in racing, that does not mean that. Let me clarify that. Be upfront with that. That's not what I'm saying. But there are some people that are self-hating of who they are and where they come from. And they're projecting their self-hatred of themselves on black women or black men, depending on who they are.
I couldn't have said it better myself.
And I'm just saying that is what it is with Terrell. Like, it is always,
and it's interesting that you say that, because a lot of people trauma shows up in weird different ways, right? Like, and I know several people that probably are not even aware of their trauma, and they've never said anything to that extent, but how they date, it shows up. How they procreate, it shows up.
And my thing is, like, you didn't have to even say nothing, period.
Nothing.
It's always free not to say nothing.
I think that's
the self-hatred thing comes in even more when you have to speak on it. Now, if you feel like that way and you think that way and you just kind of, that's your preference or whatever it is, but the idea that you needed to speak on it and say, like, yeah, black girls, this is why I do that. Therefore, I know that you have some self-hate in you. That's my opinion.
I had to break that down to a coworker when I worked.
Because I know I have a couple of homeboys that
I had to break that down.
But they never gonna be out there being like, yo, I don't mess with black girls. They never said that.
I've had several black men say that to me, you know, out here, that they don't date black girls. And then when you ask why, because, you know, I'm inquisitive.
Mm-hmm.
And so, and it always goes back to an experience they had growing up. Boo-hoo. Cry a river, build a bridge. Yeah, I might cry a river, build a bridge, and get over it, right?
Like I said, I have no problem who you're dealing with. Like, but
no, when you, but like you said, when you, but I wonder if. So in the case of this conversation, when I called the person out about it, because he was clearly flirting with me, he was clearly attracted to me, and so we're like alone in an office, and I'm like, what's up? And he's, you know, like, well, you know, like, I don't do that. So I said, pause. I was like, you don't date black women? Okay, so let's stay here for a second. Your mom is black. You just introduced me to your mama. You introduced me to your black ass sister, your black niece, your black ass daddy. And he was like, yeah. I was like, your mom would be very heartbroken if she heard what you just said to me. I wouldn't fuck my mom. I said, I didn't say you would. But what I'm saying is really your words. Words are powerful, regardless of how much power or powerless we give them. But words mean things. Shout out to Crystal. And so what you're saying is hurtful, not just to me, but just to everybody. You know, I'm like, and have your preference.
I'm gonna push back on it just a little bit, and I'm gonna be real with this. This is gonna get really expletive. I know we trying to be monetized and stuff though, but I gotta like fuck them niggas, because most black men are fucking with black chicks. Statistically, it shows that, and that's what it is.
Yeah, I never slept with him because I would tease him all the time, but I wouldn't sleep with her. I was like, yeah, because
but we always like focus in on those dudes that be on some bullshit like this dude. Focus in on the dudes that are doing the right thing, or want to be with you, or want to love you, or want to care for you, and treat you in the right. Terrell Owens, and look, my uncle always told me the people that always claim that people always call them an Oreo might be an Oreo.
Man,
he said because black people, he's like that makes that makes the whole idea. That means that you don't understand that black people can have nuance, understand like who you could just be. Why can't you? You might just be lame. Why can't that just be the thing?
Yeah.
There's nuance within black people understand and know that you might like Star Wars and you still maybe sell crack on the corner, or you may do whatever. It's some hood dudes I know that do nerdy shit though.
Hey, no, but it's a lot of black people are blurred.
But that's my thing though, is that people use the idea of like, I am proper, I am acceptable white people as a crutch or a thing of trophy of saying like I'm better than them because they thought I was better. Maybe you are a sellout.
Or maybe.
And my uncle told me that
like we're gonna have to dissect this another day, but I was gonna say also I could give
and not people sellout. Let me stop sellout. That's not sellout. Sellout is very, very harsh. That's a very, very harsh statement. Let me take that.
Is it?
I'm Doja. They sleep. Yeah, we part of Just Posted Podcast, man. The best show on this network. Come on, check, girl.
Seriously, man. Just Posted. It's just me and Doja sitting back talking about what the fuck going on in the world and the streets.
We said labor of love. He said labor of love. I ain't say that shit. Shout out to you know what I'm saying, everybody coming to watch though, man. We really appreciate y'all. Holla at y'all later.
Hey man, this nigga just tall for no reason.
I'm gone.
And he do regular jobs. Don't forget that.
In some cases.
Excuse me. What I was gonna say is people that also have that mentality. I'm kind of looking at their parents crazy because we as black people have to stop thinking that putting our black children in places where they are the minority is better for them. It's not, because if they're not fraternizing and learning their people, their culture, like it does make them feel ostracized, and they do go on to do certain things and say weird shit like this. You know, like I know people, I'm like, no black people in your circle? None? Outside the people in your family? Y'all think that's weird? Listen, my cousin is like that. Like, well, I have multiple cousins like that. But like I'm thinking about times like where I had to check her homegirl one time coming over here, and I said, this is like the third or fourth time you come over here and I'm watching a movie, and it could be you don't want to be rude, but you've never spoke. Never. No hello, no nothing. You don't. I said you I said you on everybody's house and you don't speak? Okay. It's just different. It's different. So, yeah.
All right. Because I'm going to spaz out a little bit later for this another topic. Let's talk about your boy. What's up with this sister though? That the one I saw I just sent to you in the joint. What's the little chick name? The little hold on, the little Bobbi Althoff. She from the name Althoff already got me on hold because Althoff over in Illinois. It already put me on pause. Althoff,
I don't even.
Althoff Catholic School in Illinois. Oh, you ain't outside all the way. Because I done been all around St. Louis area. It's a Catholic high school. It's a mixed Catholic high school. They just I mean, it's just one of those like kind of. I ain't gonna diss them. I'm not gonna say that. It is a parochial high school in Illinois in Illinois side, Southern Illinois, that had some racial issues there. I know back when I was in high school for a while. Now they got a lot more black people there and everything now, but at one point it was very, very there. It was very, very Southern Illinois.
Okay.
There's a difference though, y'all. Though our listeners, there's a difference between Southern Illinois and Northern Illinois. Southern Illinois is more aligned with Arkansas than it is with
Mason
Northern Illinois.
Okay, I'm gonna tell you my issue with this Bobbi situation. I'm a huge fan of Funny Marco.
And she taking this whole bit, right?
She took his whole bit. That was Bobbi whole style, interviewing, the looking, the awkwardness, the trying to
And
make
what's the other girl that was on Showtime that had her show or whatever that she took her style?
Z-Way.
Yes.
Z-Way too. And Z-Way got canceled after like 2 seasons.
Yes.
So ultimately for me, I just believe that so that's what frustrates me about her. I think it's corny. You know, Jemele Hill has also said that she hates that interviewing style, like what happened to real journalism. And as a person with a broadcast journalism degree, I agree.
Me as well.
It's certain stuff that is just very funny to me. Like, you know, the things, because Funny Marco, it's a way for him to kind of get in your business. It kind of like throw you off a little bit, but it's also fun and quirky. Because you're seeing, you know, the reactions. I love how they chop up the clips to make you want to go and watch it. You know, I've been following him since he was doing pranks and stuff in Walmart. And to see him rise to fame and then to see a white girl come in and rip this whole, like, bite his whole style, and you're interviewing.
I wanted to say this, a white girl, Dom. It's somebody that don't feel they're part of the culture.
Huh? What you mean?
It feels like someone that's not a part of the culture. I don't think this necessarily this is a white girl, because I told you, like, have you? I don't know if I ever told you, like, there's some people that I hear them say nigga, and even if they're black, I don't like them saying it because you don't say it comfortably.
Yes, I get what you're saying.
Yeah, no, and I'm not saying a white person better say that at all.
No.
But you don't say it,
like,
you're not a part of the culture.
So here's the thing, is that the people that she is interviewing, you know, like the Drakes or the Offsets, who was eating her up in her entire interview. And the Drake interview is not on the internet anymore because her goofy ass allowed his team to control that interview and edit it and have the rights to it. That's why it's not on the internet no more.
But okay, explain this.
It's a whole thing about
But how?
Because she pretty much gave him the rights to that interview in that episode.
So she didn't own it, and she didn't own the video. Oh, yo, you way too thirsty for that then, because
and then
we own our content.
So so that episode in particular, that's why it's no longer on the internet.
It was never on her page or never on her thing.
Probably not. So what he did was also like it was certain music that they put in there, and you know how that goes when it comes to music, because you only use like a certain amount of seconds and all of that stuff, because then you have to pay to clear it.
But if it's on his page, it's free. And
if it's he didn't use his music, yeah, I'm gonna find the whole thing, the clip that somebody broke down the entirety of how Drake was able to do what he did, but it was money involved, and money that she wouldn't have had to be able to get it cleared. Like, that's part of it. Yeah, he a sneaky little bitch. He a sneaky one, but from as problematic as he is, sometimes you gotta love his bitchiness. But I think that's the frustrating thing for me. I think it's just that you came in this game, you stole somebody's style, which it happens all the time. You know, people say that Jay-Z's flow is somebody else's and whatnot, whatever. But my frustration is now she has made so much money off of this. Now you're going on tour. And now Funny Marco is on some of your dates, bro. Like, what? And I get it. He a black dude.
He got to catch the wave, though. He got to catch the wave.
That's what he's trying. And I get it. So you're like, okay, let me capitalize on this where I can, because I also know he's had issues with one of the programmers that he was working with, and he just went out on his own and continued to do the same thing. But now you on tour with him, with her, and she bit your whole style. Like, you don't feel any type of, burn from that. Like all money ain't good money.
I mean, as Big Sean,
I get it.
as Big Sean, Drake, Lil Wayne, a whole bunch of people stole his style. His original Big Sean's original style was all that Drake and Lil Wayne stuff early.
I know.
And Nicki too. They all stole Big Sean style.
I know.
And I ain't saying, and look, I'm not the biggest Big Sean fan. Like,
I'm a huge Big Sean fan. I
just wonder if they wouldn't have bit his style, would I appreciate him more? He had, and actually, I should give him more flowers, honestly, because he had to rechange his style because everybody stole his shit.
And he went through a lot, probably like so many things that happened with him. And I appreciate people being vocal about the things that they experience and go to. So you realize that these celebrities are just human, just like you and I are. And he's been very vocal about his mental health journey, contemplating suicide, all those different things, and doing the work to be better. So yeah.
No, fuck with him, man.
I love Big Sean, but that's my issue with her. It's just like at some point, like it's just like, dang, we can't have nothing. That's what's frustrating to me. It's how long
does it give you Yes Jules vibes?
Yeah, like
you didn't think about that, did you?
No. I just felt the need to do one of the awkward moments. It was perfect. So yeah. I think but for real, dead ass, I just believe that we only can have, I don't want to say experience joy for for a certain period of time before someone comes in and imitation is the highest form of flattery. I get it, but it's at some point it's just frustrating and it gets old. Are we allowed to have anything? No. And this is what I mean. That's what I mean when you have people trying to say that Black people don't have any culture. We are the culture. We create the trends. We do all these different things. I think about the history of our people being ripped from their country, being forced to assimilate to this new wave of things and trying to find something for us that makes us happy. We having to create things, create traditions and all of this stuff. And we're the fucking bomb. Black people are so resilient. I say it time and time again. We know that we fall down and we get up.
That should be like on our t-shirts.
Yeah, we fall down, but we get up all the time. 10 toes down except for Deion Sanders. Okay.
Shout out to Deion. I love Prime. I've been real critical when people have been coming at me about, because I've just been saying this realistically about some things with sports wise with Prime. But no, I've been a Prime dude. But I don't even it's like I try to get, as I get older, I try to get more people more grace for certain things. But I look at, a part of me looks at like an Offset. Shout out to you, Lil Yachty. I heard his album's actually pretty decent. That went on this girl's show. And Drake using her for their clout or be able to up their profile. But then on the other side, I look at it like y'all profiles are so big.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
You don't need her. You Drake, motherfucker. You are Drake. You don't need anybody.
You want to talk to somebody, Drake? Come talk to us and let us see your Scorpio ass.
Anybody else just to put them up and boom and have a real fun conversation and they gon' that you don't need to be with them just because they the dopest TikToker. That's somebody in your management putting you in the wrong place. You're a Drake. You Offset. You Lil Yachty. Y'all got millions of followers.
Yep.
Why you don't need that? You act like she
and maybe it's part of it. I will say this. So in the sense of Offset, the clips that I've seen, because I was not watching that.
I heard it was actually pretty decent though. It was like a different set of Offset from what I read.
Yeah, I mean, Offset. What we're seeing is Offset's personality, and we rarely get to see. It's certain people that get to show us it, but I think when he was in the Migos, we never got to see Offset's personality, really anybody's personality for real. And I believe
see Quavo's
a little bit. Well, yeah, because I would say he's a fan favorite, but for the most part, we don't know if Offset like or Quavo, you know, and rest in peace to take off. Like their personalities, like we really still don't know anything about them, which also kind of makes it fun because we're so used to having access to people, but now we're seeing who he is day in, day out. And I was like, oh, okay, I could see how Cardi B was attracted to him. Like, you funny, you quirky. I like it. Like him going over to the dude's house and then playing video games. They said he had his spend a night bag and his sleeping bag. So much fun. Who is doing that nowadays? So I think that we're so used to people curating how things are supposed to look for the internet. When we actually see somebody show up as their true authentic self, we're like, oh my gosh, wow, he's normal. Yeah.
Yeah, he's a regular dude. He just want to play video games.
So I think him being able to share that with us, it does make it fun. That's all. But you are correct. They don't need him. They don't need that girl at all. It's just weird to me. And it's just never mind. I ain't gonna say what I'm gonna say. I'm just tired of certain people being able to flourish and thrive that are very mediocre. And it's so funny because my homegirl, if I could, my friend P sent me it's a voice note
about earlier this week, just so I know.
Wait, I don't know. But it's my homegirl Priscilla. Priscilla and I used to live together. Together. My first friends at Sex. And so she said,
dude, I don't know who this Bobbi Althoff or whatever white girl is who blew up. But she just needs to stop interviewing rappers because they are killing her. Like, I'm embarrassed for her. Like, Offset just killed her career, I think. I don't know.
Hold on. Can we get around?
Every time I see interviewees or interview whatever like her, it's like, dude, like this bitch got famous from being like so dry and rude to people. And then there's you, the sexy, charismatic, charming, and you know what I'm saying?
Hey, can we get her? Call her. Let's see. We're gonna bring her on.
Priscilla's a mom. She's not gonna pick up. Let me see if she will pick up.
Is she on the West Coast with you? She should.
Yeah, but I know my friends. Listen, I know my friends. And like Priscilla and I pretty much talk during the day because she a mom and about to be a wife. And also my friend never picks up, period. When we live together, I was like, P, where you at? The bell on our door. Yeah, she's not picking up. That's just funny. I'll send her a voice note.
Yeah, no, I just wanted her to explain the first clip of why she thought that Offset ended her career. I'm interested. What was her thoughts on that? That's what I was.
Okay.
I don't know. I didn't know. I just want to know the angle of that, like what that meant.
Okay.
Yeah, that's
I think it was just like a lot of people, like he was just like kind of just eating her, like beating her at her own game. But again, it makes sense because he's he's not a. When is Offset's birthday? I mean, not Offset. Yeah, Offset.
Is he a Sag?
Because Cardi B's a Libra.
Yep, he's a Sag. Like I thought.
They would work. Oh, they have really good sex. They have amazing sex. Oh my gosh. I just had a flashback. I'm just playing.
Do we want to talk about this Kanye thing, or is it, since we bring up Cardi B, Offset, or is it even worth it?
So when you sent me that, you know the clip of that mama when Steve Harvey kept being drunk during the versus battle, she was like, "Oh, that's how I feel," because I don't want to say that Kanye West is a non-factor, because that would not be fair to say, but he's also a non-factor.
It's a weird place he's in right now.
Yes. And at this point, you are just saying things to say things. And I want you to go get the help that you so desperately need. And if you feel that someone like Cardi B is an industry plant, and you're saying, oh, she hasn't had any hits in a while, or blah, 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 you also are on a song with her.
Right after that. Because that was from a documentary in 2018 or 19 or something.
And so how are we supposed to feel when you do things like that? Are we supposed to feel sorry or confused or not like her because of something you said? Because you're kind of known to just go off the rails. You're not taking your medicine. You're not doing the work. You enjoy being erratic. Go do that in somewhere else. You're walking around without shoes on. You probably got cuts, and on your feet, you probably need a TB shot.
Ooh.
Bro, sit down and grow the fuck up. Another person needing to go to therapy instead of talking to people on the computer phone. And
computer phone, you sound old. Talking on a computer phone.
We're tired. I just don't understand how people just don't. People in this world don't like people to have fun. And it's always so funny because you can say something that is factual to, come at somebody that just has an opinion about something based on what they see, right? So I keep getting alerts for on a post of my homeboys where Spirit had left people sitting on like the airplane for all these hours and said they couldn't get off, but they had them board because they thought they were going to have a pilot, and the pilot ended up, taking the rest of the day, like saying it happens. That's happened to me, but I was chilling in the pool when I got the alert that my flight was canceled, and they put me on the next flight the next day out, and I was like, y'all got me fucked up. Y'all taking me out of here today. But
you taken Spirit before?
Okay, so I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I've taken Spirit twice, and I've never had an issue. Never. I took Spirit when I went to Denver to hear a show, but I flew back American because it's like Priceline or whatever.
Yep.
And then when I went to New Orleans this year, I took Spirit going, but then I flew Southwest coming back. Never had an issue. So everybody was nice.
Or was that?
You say what?
Was that all Priceline too?
Yeah. No. But yeah. So Priceline, I had booked my one way because I
got a one way back on Southwest.
Yeah, on Southwest because it was super cheap. It was like $50 or $60.
Yeah.
So yeah, I was like, okay, I could do that, but never had an issue. It's very automated. That's the only thing I don't like about it. And that everything is a la carte pretty much. But whatever. I got on that flight. I was knocked out. And like both times I took it, like it was later in the day. So it wasn't nothing happening. And then when the one I went to New Orleans, I pretty much took, I believe I took a red eye. Cause I think I took like a red eye. No problem. But I'm saying when this happened to me, I was just in Vegas when I went to go see Usher back in June. And so I had flew Delta, and Delta had canceled my flight coming back to LA, and I had to get back. And so otherwise I would have just been like, oh, y'all gonna comp me a night at a hotel or whatever. So well, I had just booked a flight because it was like $100 on Southwest. And so, which was literally my flight going to and from was like $100 and something. So they gave my money back. The remaining, they was like, oh, you know, we could have booked you on another airline. I say, listen, the couple of times I've tried that has never worked. So I didn't want to chance it, and I needed to get back. But I was like, what happened? And the dude told me that the pilot, you know, was like tired. So, but people are commenting. So I'm like saying like, hey, these are the things that are happening. Like there's a shortage of pilots. I believe a lot of them are striking, you know, about pay.
Mm-hmm.
So in this case, this isn't Spirit's fault. Is it fucked up that they left them on that plane that long? They probably were trying to scramble and figure out what to do. But I ain't gonna blame this one on Spirit, you know. And so people are like, this one girl was trying to comfort me, and I couldn't even add the bitch back. It's always a private profile that got the thing turned off where you can't, if you say something crazy to somebody,
right? You only can reply to them if you follow them, type thing.
Yeah, I'm like, girl, what? But also, like I said, people just this shit with Kanye West is just like, he too. Go sit down. People don't know how to let people have fun. People don't know how to let just people be and just thrive. You know, all this weird commentary regarding even Renaissance, everybody dressing up and just having fun. I'm like, you buy a new outfit for the concert anyway. So just let people be. People buy new outfits for concerts all the time. So yes, everybody decided to, oh, we're gonna wear silver or whatever the fuck you gonna wear. We're gonna be outlandish. Let people have fun.
Mm-hmm.
Are you mad because you didn't get a ticket? Are you mad because you don't have friends and people to go with? Just let people be. And I think that's the weird thing about Kanye West. Is like,
I think he's
don't know.
I think he's cloud chasing, because this was supposed to be for a documentary 3 or 4 years ago, that like some of the outtakes or whatever. He wants to get some attention on himself. He know what he's doing. He doing all this stuff to get attention. This ain't nothing but to get attention. He knows what he's trying to do. He show it, like, you know, and when he don't want to be bothered, he know how to get low, and you don't never hear from him. But when he got an album coming out, he's showing his ass in Italy. He talking about clips are released from something like that. I'm tired of this nigga.
We're tired. You're being a weird Gemini, and we don't like it. We don't like it. And I think Kanye West just it's so weird, because I think about Spaceship Kanye West. I remember working when I was at Saks, and every day I would come in and I would sing that song to myself.
But because it's a real ass song. Look, don't get it twisted. That's a real ass song.
Yeah. And I think about how that song really got me through that time in my life, and how, or I think about how influential, you know, Late Registration was. And I think about Drive Slow, even though, you know, Paul Wall killed that for real.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I think of that era of Kanye West that was so groundbreaking, so game changing, life changing, and part of me feels really bad for him. Part of me empathizes with him in a weird way.
Okay.
And I think that's just being human. Because losing somebody like your mom and experiencing that, and for me at such a young age, like, you know, me being 6 months and having effects of that, I've experienced a lot of moments of trying to process, understand, and as you learn information as you get older and having a hard time, you know, like trying to place feelings and emotions. So I get it, because he has memories, he has these moments. It was just him and his mama, you know, and like the moments that I watched of that documentary, I didn't get far. We all believe that he was likely on the spectrum, and his mom, being an educator, likely knew that, and so she catered him and babied him because of that, and you know, never probably got him tested. She might have got it tested and it just never said nothing. But
I didn't think about the part about him being in the spectrum, but his mommy definitely babied him.
Yeah. Oh, that nigga definitely on the spectrum. And so walking around, you know, you bipolar on top of that, you're just out here just doing whatever. And so for him, you know, for it's at points you want to believe that this is all a part of the game. This is your spectacle. It is the Kardashian effect to keep us talking about him. But then part of it, you're like, I don't know, because if you know, for a Cam to leave you and them, the family that really distances himself from you, but they also dispose of black men like that for the most part, unless you're Tristan.
Shout out to all the array of men that have careers have failed after being with Kim.
Yeah.
He's also trying to break the Kim curse.
Yeah.
You gotta get Reggie Bush, career went down the tubes. Miles Austin from the Dallas Cowboys, went down the tubes. Humphreys from, I believe, who was Humphreys on? I think he was on the Minnesota Timberwolves. Career went down the drain.
He was on the Nets too.
Yeah, career went down the drain. He's younger than me. He should still be at least getting some checks in the NBA somewhere. He ain't nowhere to be seen.
And then
there is a array of carcasses that the Kim K has left out career-wise. That's why they call it the Kim K curse.
Yeah.
And Kanye's trying to beat it. And low-key, she did curse him. If he doesn't come back, the curse
okay, I'm not gonna use the word cursed, right? He was already
right, but I'm just saying, no, this was
laughing.
But who would think that the biggest rapper, biggest producer, the only person that can put the nail in his coffin is the Kim Kardashian curse?
Yeah, I mean, I would just say he was already out there and doing a lot. This just took it to a bigger, broad, like bigger level where it just met. Because think about it. It benefited her more than it did him. Let's just be clear.
Of them being together?
Yes. It benefited her more than him. Before this, designers really, they were still looking at her as a reality star. Kim could not dress. She was not on your best dress list. She was not getting fittings, custom pieces, all of that stuff. She was buying off. She was not. She wasn't on the cover of Vogue until Kanye West. And that first time she was on that cover, she was with him. You know what I mean? So he put her in places, in spaces that she would have never, if it wasn't for, it would be no match.
About the Ray J tape now with her career.
Yeah, I'm like, it would not be Kim K. Like, and I hate to say that, like, I do believe that because she was already doing other avenues of business, I do believe that she would still be making money, doing different things or whatever the case may be, right? I'm not going to take that from her because a lot of that, she is an air sign, so we are hustlers. But what I'm gonna say is that he definitely elevated that family a lot, and I'm gonna give some of that to Kendall too, the sister. So because the sister is supermodel, so it wasn't like she was like, she doing like high stuff, but she also kind of got quiet and kind of knew that she had to kind of distance herself a little bit. But a lot of the stuff that they was in the spaces they all were in is because of Kanye West, because people fucked with Kanye West heavy. I'm not taking that away from him.
And it made people more sympathetic towards Kim because people love Kanye. Like, oh, you know what? Kim may not be that bad. Okay, you didn't think that. I'm saying society-wise, I think the overall mainstream start cutting her slack because we love Kanye. I won't say mainstream. I'm saying it's black people. Let me take that back. Black people.
Nah.
You don't think so? Okay.
It was one thing. It was one thing when they first got on and when they had the reality show that was on E, right? But I'm gonna say once they really got in a black bag and you really saw the cosplaying that was happening and was going on, that shit, it was like, nah, this is weird.
Yeah,
it's too much. So
all right. Last up, there's something I've been waiting for about 20 some years. Keefe D is now been charged in the death of the great superhero Tupac Amaru Shakur. We just one step closer to locking up Puffy.
No, we not.
We one step closer. We one step closer.
We not.
All those people we've been holding on to this. Shout out to Just Posted. I said I was not going to drop my theory fully on their show. I will on our show though.
Okay, give it to us.
All right. Puffy indirectly had killed Pac and Biggie. Indirectly.
Okay.
Let's go back. Let's go back in time. All right. 1995, Atlanta, Georgia. Wolf, if anybody remembers the Wolf, he is the man also that Big Meat shoots that starts the investigation into BMF years later on and kills him. Wolf is Puffy's bodyguard.
Okay.
Puffy and Suge get into it at an Atlanta club at Jermaine Dupri's birthday party. Y'all can go ahead and chart this out. I am like the History Channel nigga when it comes to this stuff though. I like to do that, sit there and be like, so if you remember, it was a Jermaine Dupri birthday party though, at I believe at 112. I believe it's at 112. They get into it there, just they moguls, they both think they the shit, blah blah blah. This is before the West Coast East Coast beef. This is what starts it all. Wolf comes out and shoots and kills Suge Knight's best friend, Buntry. His best friend since like the first grade. They all mob Pyrus. They all been from the mud together.
Okay.
Killed him. East Coast, West Coast beef is now simmering on the low. Tupac gets shot outside of Quad Studios this same year, a few months later. Now, there's a lot of discrepancies of what that was with that and how, if he was set up or not by his own people or not. Neither here nor there. Puffy is there. Now, Suge can use that as impetus to be able to get Pac. Pac has got the rape charges going through and everything as well, which is involved in those people, some of the people allegedly that were involved with his robbery. Now,
okay,
we can continue on. We fast forward. All Pac gets out of jail. It's on and up. Pac is in this mode. Pac is not being Pac. Pac is being influenced a lot by Suge Knight, and he putting a battery in his back, but also because he is also feels some type of way because I got shot coming to hang out with y'all niggas. It'd be like me coming over your house and I'm standing outside waiting, and I got robbed. Now, in general, somebody be like, well, you just got robbed in front of my house, but you the man, you Biggie, this is at your studios, like, and I'm not saying Pac was right for his feeling. I'm saying that if you think of someone like, yo, I'm coming to hang out with you, you run. Hold on. What was the last part you got? I'm gonna put
coming
it
to
on
hang out with you is the last part I got. Then it froze.
Oh.
I was like,
Okay. So no, I'm coming to hang out with you. I get robbed. I'm not saying that Pac was right for his feeling, because we're looking at this as hindsight. But if I went somewhere and I got robbed, coming to where you are, messing with you, and you can't tell me who did it. That's the thing. I don't think it was that they think he set him up. But so Pac goes to jail for the rape charge, which is some bullshit. We all know that. At least I think everybody feels like they did some bullshit. Then we fast forward to now. This is where Keefe D comes involved, y'all. Keefe D is cool with a dude that's cool with his dad that died. That was a big drug dealer, Harlem drug dealer, back in the day with the Frank Matthews and the Nicky Barneses and all those back in Harlem, because he died when he was like 2 or 3 years old. He was killed. His dad was killed. Puffy's dad was killed. Named Zip Gould. Zip. They call him Zip. He is affiliated with the Crips in LA.
Okay.
Now, Puffy is already getting pressed. You got to think the Dog Pound that came out to New York doing New York. They didn't got shot at too. So Suge feeling some type of way about that, because they got shot out there, even though it's crazy that you want to do a video dissing New York in New York. You didn't think you could do it in the studio in LA. That's when you got some real gall doing that, but that's a whole nother story. So as we move forward with it, they have that's going on there. So he's cool with Zip. Zip hooks him up with Keefe D allegedly and says, hey, if anybody in your crew can get a death row chain, I'll give him 50 to 100 grand. And also allegedly, this is more, I think, substantiated is the death row chain thing. Some people believe in Keefe D says later on that he got $1 million, that $1 million if you killed Pac. I don't know about that part. But that death row chain acquisition thing was a real thing. That was a real thing. The cops knew about that. That is a real thing that is known, that Puffy put out there. If you can get a death row chain for me, I'll give you some bread. Now, within Baby Lane, Orlando Anderson and Keefe D's crew see somebody at the mall with a death row chain, robs him for the death row chain, takes it off of him, all that good stuff. Fast forward a week or two later, Las Vegas, Mike Tyson, Bruce Sheldon fight, September. Pac and all them, the dude that got his chain.
Hold on, wait. My homegirl, I just want to stop you. She's calling me back.
Oh, but plug her in.
Hi, P. Hi. So I just played your clip on my podcast with one of my best friends on our Everyone Needs an Aquarius podcast.
Where you're breaking up.
Okay, I'm breaking up. Okay, look it. We played your clip, like your voice note on the podcast when you were talking about Bobbi Althoff or whatever that girl's name is. We were talking about her and I played the clip. So Darryl wants to know why you feel like Offset could have like ended her career.
She looks like an idiot.
She said because she looks like an idiot. So
it's a culture thing, right? So I don't know who that is.
Yeah.
Like it's a white girl interviewing a black man that's making her look stupid as fuck. You know? So it's like it's like a culture thing, it's a respect thing, like the way that she was like, your people called me, like trying to make him look dumb, you know?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Okay, because he was just like, I'll be interested to know why she feels that way. Yeah.
Not that I ever watched her, she just comes up on my feed, but anytime I see her, I just keep scrolling because I just know it's gonna be some stupid shit where someone's just gonna make her look like a dummy, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, even when she was interviewing old boy from Shark Tank, the one that owns, I don't know, the football.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like she's like, oh, can you give me money? Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, no, okay, boo. I appreciate you calling me back because I was like, I know my friend. She gonna call me back tomorrow. All right, boo. Have a good night.
Thank you.
Bye. See, she being a mama.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Thank you for that. I'm gonna plug that back in on the back end of the conversation for us.
Okay.
So Orlando Anderson, Las Vegas. The dude that got his chain robbed tells Tupac, Suge, all these Mob Pyrus, hey, that's the dude that did that. Now Pac's on some bullshit because he runs off like, oh, word him, and he just runs off and goes off into doing it and fighting him and jumping him. Boom, 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 beats him up.
Yeah.
That dude feels some type of way because he is a fucking Southside Crip. He feels some type of way about it. I let this dude Tupac beat me up and they jump me. I'm gonna handle this.
Yeah.
Now you have Tupac dead because of Orlando Anderson, Baby Lane. He's dead. Allegedly, Keefe D gives him the gun. He said it in random interviews, which is dumb as fuck. Then Suge is an asshole. He's like, fuck you, Puffy. You already got my boy killed, and then you got my best artist killed. So I'm gonna get your artist killed. So Biggie ends up dead. So this is how this is a big clusterfuck of everything being fucked up. And this is the most rational reasons, not the conspiracy reasons. Because the conspiracy reasons going in and Puffy directly was related. I'm just saying Puffy was indirectly related to the deaths of them because of a domino effect. It's like one thing happens after one thing happens and one thing happens.
Which will make sense because I remember at one point him saying that he felt, kind of guilty. He felt, for that happening. So what?
Chris were doing their security. Chris were doing their security in LA.
Yeah. So it makes sense. Like your theory makes perfect sense just because of that, like the after effects of that, everything that led up to with the ins and outs, because even they just released some new footage today, right?
Mm-hmm.
Of that night in that casino that had never been seen before. Yep.
Yeah. And Keefe D's the dumbest motherfucker I know.
A lot of these niggas are dumb motherfuckers.
No, this one's different though, because this is an old dumb nigga though. He's 60 years old, yo. You know that, right? He's 60. My mama is only 62.
So yes, the rumor is that as you age, you get wiser. That's not always true. A lot of niggas is just gonna be dumb, and so that's the thing too. Because like people, I know that I don't know why niggas keep going on Vlad, but whatever, niggas love talking to people that are not directly immersed in our culture. I don't know why, but that's none of my business.
I don't have an issue with the Vlad thing because he did that.
But now Vlad has come out and said that people have been coming at him crazy because of Keefe D getting, arrested. And
he said that he was doing. Vlad's not the only one. He's been on other major platforms. He wrote a book.
But I'm telling you what Vlad is saying. So now he is getting death threats and all these things because of this interview. And like he said, like, hey, I'm asking questions. That's up to him if whether or not he wants to ask.
This dude,
nigga, I know. I'm not. Listen.
No,
nigga,
I'm not saying it to you like you don't know.
Yeah, I was like, no. What I'm saying is that y'all are mad at the wrong person. Y'all energy is at the wrong person. He is doing his job, whether we like him or not.
Mm-hmm.
And so, like you said, this person has been on multiple platforms and has a book chronologizing things that's happened, and he is saying what he has said, and it ain't changed.
And what's so interesting is I thought this back when, and I forgot who it was. Napoleon, I think, from the Outlaws, said that the reason you know that what he's saying is true is that how like somebody laughs about something and it's like a serious thing, but you know that they're being for real. And he said he was a couple of interviews he watched and he was like, yeah, we laughed about that shit. And it was like so like flippant. It wasn't like if he thought of it, it was like literally that's what we did. And he didn't mean that because we killers. That's how much you are a killer.
Yeah.
You know, and
weird.
I don't want to get in super conspiracy mode, but it's real interesting that Puffy gave back them masters now. We talked about this on our last joint. It's real interesting, is it not? Is it not real interesting, the timing of this?
Well, I believe that was the timing thing is also something we talked about.
Yeah, but I didn't know this was coming. This is like the extra trump card.
Oh, yeah, of course. But also, we also know that legally he can only hold them for a certain amount of time. So people, you know, like was saying, you know, like
NDAs, right? Because he's trying to get them NDAs jumped off.
Yeah, yes.
That's what I'm saying. I'm saying the NDA is not about the money.
Now here's the thing. Everybody doesn't know the ins and outs because did we fully talk about what you said Aubrey said on here, or was that a private phone call?
That was an interview. She did an interview and said
no, I'm talking about you and I talking about it. I think we talked about it offline.
Oh, we didn't say it on here about how the breakdown of like you can't say anything about like
we talked about that on
his son.
Yeah, we talked about it on the phone.
Yeah, so you can't say anything about Puffy or anything. You like if you to get your little $600, $800, like she said, $800 check, you can't say anything about Puffy, his son, or his mama, or any of those entertainment companies.
Yep.
And I want and I wonder who that really was for.
Who do you think it was for? Do you think it was like for Mace or?
Mace ain't taking that. Mace is doing well. He's doing. I think he gave. I don't know if Mace. It was interesting. So mentioning that, I saw a clip with Bubba Dub was on their show. It is what it is. He may have taken a check. Because Mace kept saying, I don't know who you're talking about. Because Bubba Dub was like, the dumbest dude is Keefe D. And he said, I don't even know who y'all talking about. I don't even understand. He kept saying that. So I'm like, oh, word. You don't know who Keefe D is? He was like, I don't even know who y'all talking about. Somebody explain this to me. He kept saying that over and over again.
Okay.
And Cam is like, what you talking about? But then, did you see the thing where Mace said to Cam, the reason I didn't take you to Puffy is because I knew that Puffy wasn't going to do you right.
You say what?
Oh,
you
no.
Froze.
So,
you said Cam, the reason why Mace said I didn't take you to
Camera,
Puffy
it was like a real emotional thing they were talking about. He's like, dude, why you ain't never take me to Puff? Why you take me to Biggie? He was like, because I knew that Biggie would do you right.
Oh shit.
And they was emotional. It's like a real conversation because he was like, I could have been put on like making way more, doing what you with Puffy. And he's like, no, I knew that Biggie and Lance Un would do you right.
Damn.
Man, y'all, man, I'm tired of y'all giving, man. You know what? I'm tired of y'all giving this dude Puffy all this landing strip straight up on the reel. Y'all give him a lot of landing strip.
I mean,
they give him a lot. Y'all give him a lot. Y'all give this man a lot.
Me included?
No. I'm talking about general.
I was like, I'm just
the culture gives him a lot of landing strip.
I think people look at it from the standpoint of the artistry. You know, I think that's what all people see. But when you know certain stuff, I know just things that people around have experienced, you see it differently and you know it differently. So you understand that, like we talk about people being human. Niggas be human and do nigga shit. And when you realize that, when the veil is pulled over you, you know, from your eyes, and some people still choose to be sheep, you know, but it's gonna be, if we would not get a tell all until he is dead. We're not getting a tell all.
Hey,
Because
okay, now
no one, because it's too risky. It's too risky.
now
And
my,
if
my
it's
question
something,
for you is, how much craziness would it be if they indicted P. Diddy for something in 6 months for this? Like, how crazy would the world turn if they indicted Puffy?
honestly,
Like, I mean, I think honestly that could break the internet. Seriously.
oh, it definitely would, because it would impact and affect so many people. Hell, you got
You'd have to
Cassie
redo
husband.
history. You'd have to
Yeah,
mentally
like
redo history.
you got Cassie husband on the photos calling him a fruitcake. You got so many people that got screwed over, and he didn't. And like we talked about that the other week, he didn't do anything different than these white companies.
No,
he didn't. That's just like, when Babyface and him and L.A. Reid, they didn't do anything different than these other companies.
Even though I heard that was Arista, not technically LaFace, that did that to them.
Well, which is why.
Shout out to Clive Davis.
Well, yeah, but ultimately, because like you remember when Tony Braxton sued, Babyface told the truth. That's why he got up there, and that's why they're still good friends.
Right, and that's why I think he gave her a lot of the publishing off of that album too, that they did, that duet album.
Yeah.
Which, shout out to them, they won a Grammy for that too.
Love, Divorce, and Marriage. Well,
Yeah.
Love, Marriage.
Yeah,
I love that. I love that. A couple of tracks in there.
So, but how much would the internet break?
It will. I mean, because what's going to happen is, if that happens, you are going to have people that were afraid to speak.
Ooh, so you saying that will give the flood? Ooh, so you saying that will give the floodgates? That is going to. I have this story to tell.
Pour the gasoline, and the people are going to light the match. It is going to be an explosive moment in time. Trust me. I'm sitting here and I'm like, yo, because this happened and this happened, and this is from a makeup artist. This is from somebody that was an assistant. This is from this person. This is what Kimora Lee said. This is what.
So you think it'll be just a floodgate of information just coming out?
Fuck yeah. It directly. So many people, you just gotta, just like how you got Mace being oblivious. Now, like I said, I don't know. I was young, y'all. So give me that.
I was outside.
This Keefe D is like, that's a new name to me. Like within the recent years, like I was young. I remember the moment that we found out. My mom told us. And I remember, like, oh man, like we had a pantry, and I was like, got a little emotional. I'm a little kid, but I knew how important this person was to our culture. I was still more of a, a Biggie fan, because Biggie was more. I'm not gonna call him commercial.
It was more palatable.
We was having fun.
Yeah, because say what you want about Diddy, though, he was able to make you feel that way, that party fun way. Don't get it.
Yeah, we definitely. Yeah. Now, before all this happens, y'all, can I go to a party at Puffy House? Because I hear they are a great time. I want to go. So
I'll never go.
I'm going to kick it.
No, look, I'm that staunch in my feelings. I've been like this since 1996.
You're such an Aquarius. You're such a male Aquarius.
I've been staunching this. And shout out to Eric Sleepy Dillard, who is a big time puffy shield, as I call him, a puffy shield. I love him, but he's a puffy shield.
Really?
Oh, he's a puffy shield.
Things will change. We'll have to have another conversation.
If that happens,
we have to start leaking the
if it happens at 1 in the morning, Dom. If an indictment comes down, we going live.
Okay,
we going live on all platforms.
Even if it's like on the radar, I will leave my ringer on for that. Because I sleep with my ringer off.
All platforms. They may have to shut down my internet. I may do a 24-hour thing. I may call off work and do a 24-hour puffy-a-thon.
So what is the problem for you? What do you think the probability of that? Because if he starts, let's say
intertwined into so much money, I think it's less than 20%.
Okay, because I was gonna say I know this guy Keefe D it's like a real nigga, so we know he probably not gonna snitch.
He already said it. He already said that Puffy gave them they said that Puffy owes them $1 million. He said that.
Well, no. What I'm saying is he gonna say he really kind of sound the alarm based on this, and then we can prove this?
Yeah, well, he already. So the thing was with Keefe D is he thought he got over. There was a thing called a proffer agreement, and in the proffer agreement, you could say whatever you want that you did, and you could just indulge it because they want some other stuff, and they're like, "Hey, I did this, I killed this cat, but I'm getting off on it." But the thing with a proffer agreement, you can't go write a book about it. You can't go out and do interviews about it. So the Las Vegas, but the proffer agreement was set up with the LAPD, not the Las Vegas PD. But they had to honor it if he didn't say nothing. Like if he never said nothing, they couldn't use that proffer in their case. But since he's back out there saying stuff, now we can use that as testimony and bring that proffer back up.
Yeah.
And he has been saying Puffy owed them $1 million for a long time.
Damn.
He can't prove that stuff, man. That's 1995, man. 96. That's 96. He can't prove that. That's what I'm saying. It's horrible.
But I don't know. See, for me, I feel like how
they gotta have somebody else come out and corroborate that. Like
that's what
you said that somebody come out like a hairdresser or somebody.
So think about like, yes, there are no screenshots or anything, but I'm thinking of it from the perspective of he got something, and for him to even still say that, he has something that I feel like that could potentially be viable, that could stand up in the court of law, potentially.
Yeah, it's gonna be hard. It's like if they indicted him, it would be amazing, but I'd also be scared that it would be like not being able to be proven fully. Just because 1996. I mean, what could you even if you had a written letter from me, you can't prove it. My handwriting gonna be different. My handwriting change every 5 years, and I can say that even me.
Yeah.
Like what footprint would you have to be able to, unless you have to roll out 5, 6, 7 witnesses to say that they know this? The thing is, everybody in that car with Keefe D is dead, Dom. Keefe D's the only one alive in the car that when Tupac was shot. He's the only one alive. And even a whole bunch of Southside Crips that may have knew about this bounty and all that stuff, they all dead. Are locked up. Unless you don't get a whole bunch of jailhouse snitches, but then their testimony is very, very unreliable because, like, yo, I'm finna do 20. I'm trying to get out from this 30-year bid. Yeah, Puffy did it. I'm trying to do whatever it is to knock some years off my sentence. So he's not gonna get off on it, you know what I'm saying? And he may not have nothing to do with it. I'm open to that as well. But I do feel like he indirectly had something to do with their deaths. Both of them.
No, but like I said, I think that is a very viable story and it makes sense. It makes perfectly good sense. You did, because people sometimes my mom always says this has kept me out of a lot of situations. Look at the Z before you step into the A. Mm-hmm. And meaning that, hey, what could be the potential reaction if I do this?
And he may not criminally be involved. Like Literally what he did before has nothing to do with Tupac being shot, but you making this one decision made a domino effect for something else.
Yes, and that's what happens. And a lot of people don't think that far ahead, and sometimes they do, and they're just like, "Oh well, as long as it's not me." That's the fucked up reality of the situation. A lot of niggas that you think are your ride or dies, if something happened, they will, and if something happened to you, they was like, well, shit, at least it wasn't me.
Even though
and
I'm around that and everything.
Huh?
Even though I've been around and I was involved.
Yes. No, even though Biggie's death was very, like strenuous for him, I still feel like that nigga was like, at least it wasn't me.
Ooh.
Because don't forget they was there together when they was at fucking Fairfax and Wilshire. He was in they wasn't in the same car, but they was in like a, like his car was in front of his or behind or whatever.
Oh, yeah, because Puffy was in front of him.
Yeah. So they probably initially thought that they was in there, they was gonna get them both. And he got spared.
Because there's two different whips they in. And I saw him get in that. Puffy gonna be in there too, I'm assuming. Ooh. Should try to crush two birds with one stone.
Yeah, he thought 2 for the price of 1. And so it's weird how sometimes karma doesn't work as fast. So think about the situation, even with Suge Knight. And when they he's totally, like, I'm telling you, I've been in clubs where that nigga has walked in or somebody you out. I'm like, yo, I don't, no thanks.
It's a different feel. I heard like his feeling, his energy comes in and just kind of fucks it up.
Same thing for the game. No, we can leave. I've been in too many situations where chaos has just like, oh, that was very country. Chaos broke out, and no, I don't want to be in those spaces. I'm not even playing. I'm not playing. We out.
Ooh, dang.
So
I mean,
and so
still
the
got a lot of blood
situation that happened,
too,
and they was able to get Suge on that one thing just because that was on camera. Where he ran that guy over. That was supposed to be his friend.
Yeah, because he was trying to go after what is it, dude? I think his name was Bones. I forgot his name. He's the dude, the dude in Training Day that Denzel's talking to. That's the main blood in the area. And he was like, no, we ain't taking his gun. That's the same dude that he was trying to hit for real and hit his other boy.
Yep.
Yeah, man.
And then his karma finally caught him.
Man, we doing a 20. Look, and then y'all know I'm doing a 24-hour podcast if they ever indict the great Puffy.
Yeah, that'll be a day, but I'm telling you, it'll cause. It's going to change the trajectory of a lot of things. And I think a lot of people are holding information and want to get it out also as a form of release and healing. And a lot of people are gonna say something.
This has been a heavy one, you Don. This has been a heavy episode. Yeah. Where can people hit you up at, Don?
Y'all can find me on the Instagram at St. Angeles, my candle line, St. Angeles. We have our our pumpkin spice scent. It was pumpkin chai actually, as well as our holiday scent. I'm adding a new scent, actually that's called St. Louis, which will be a fall scent. And you can only get it this holiday season, fall, winter. And it reminds me of home a little bit. When I smelled it, I could immediately see the leaves on the ground, and it doesn't smell like outside or anything like that, but it just reminded me, like I wanted to clarify that. Though some people love that grass, that fresh cuts grass smell, I don't really care for it, but like it reminds me of just the warmness of like St. Louis. When it gets pretty, I think St. Louis is very pretty in the fall.
No,
people don't talk about it enough. Yeah. But St. Louis is so pretty in the fall, going, seeing the leaves fall, taking a walk through Forest Park or the West End on the Loop. It's just so pretty. So it's my little love letter to home.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank y'all for listening as always. We really appreciate y'all. I know this one's pretty heavy. I know y'all probably think I'm a conspiracy theorist and all that stuff.
We are.
Mine are based around facts. This conspiracy theory is based around actual real facts that are been already talked about within different documentaries.
Absolutely.
Cases. So, and I'm not saying Puff, you had nothing to do with it. I just look at you with the side eye, pimp. That's all. That's all. All right. See y'all. Peace.